Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Frilioth and welcome to another Minecraft Let's Play video on the Just Vanilla server. Right, I just thought I'd start today by showing you my spider, showing you Lucas that he's been christened, and he's pretty cool. I'm loving him to death, if I'm being honest. I've put a bit of carpet down to stop. As I say, this is a slime chunk, and it's very annoying that I only find out it's a slime chunk after I finish building Lucas a spider. If I'd have known, I'd have extended this guy over there, and I'd have had a mahoosive slime farm. But there you go. I didn't know, so never mind. So anyway, I've got him in, and as you know, the spawners are up there, or the spawner is up there. I haven't bothered putting lights in it to turn it on and off. I don't see the point because when I'm outside 16 blocks it goes off anyway, so I didn't see the point of putting lights in there. And so far I've nicked all of the string out of there anyway because I've turned it into carpet, but it's working really well. And I started digging out a little bit more. I've still got a bit more to dig out. I want to dig out quite a bit more there. And dig out a little bit more on the other side to just, so you can see him properly in all his glory. But I think he looks pretty cool, and thank you for the comments and everything else about Lucas the spider. So far he's been received really well, so I appreciate that. Thank you. What I want to do today, I've been messing with a new potion breeding, a new potion brewing setup. So I want to do that today. I want to put a potion brewing room on the island. So we'll have a wander over to the island. Now, I don't know whether I should be giving you this bad news again, but recently we had another griefing session on the server. Some guy called VladtepesIII thought it might be a good idea to go around a couple of bases, specifically mine, and I think King Raptor got griefed quite badly. Actually, I think I came away quite lightly, really. But he blew up using TNT and Ender crystals, actually, which is something that we get given for voting. He managed to put a couple of Ender crystals in there, fire an arrow at it, kablooey, all of my maps fell off the wall, it destroyed my fissure, I lost a couple of chests. But fortunately Franny came along, Franny came to my rescue, and she got all of my books back and all of my chests back. And he also decided to blow up my ship. I'll stick a picture on screen now of the damage he did. So that's what he did. In fairness, it's just been a pain, really. I mean, it was, apart from the damage caused, which was easily put right. I mean, the staff on here, fantastic. They came along, sorted it out really quickly. However, my villagers weren't so lucky because the rollback doesn't include rolling back villagers. So Yahtzee and a few others came along and did a really good job getting most of my villagers back again. I'm still missing a few farmers, but I can sort those out. That won't be a problem. So I appreciate the work they've done on the server for me to get that back to how it was. But it did mean that I couldn't do any recording over the weekend because I couldn't do any work around here because the area had to be rolled back. So obviously I've missed a couple of days recording. So hopefully I can catch up now. And what I want to do is I want to make a brewing stand. I'm going to make a big brewing stand. I'm going to make it here. And then there's going to be a sort of an entrance around about here that's going to go down into the ground, underground, underneath the brewing stand. And under there, I'm probably going to have 4 or 5, maybe 6. At the moment, I don't know how many potions I want, but I'm going to have 4 or 5 potion brewing stations underneath the big brewing stand. I think it's going to look pretty cool. So I've got myself some resources. I'm going to be building it predominantly out of, let's have a think, yellow and grey clay, yellow and grey concrete. So there's going to be the base, there's going to be the stand in the middle. Yeah, anyway, instead of me talking about it and wasting an entire episode of me saying what I'm going to do, why don't I just get on and do it? So I'm going to build a stand. I won't subject you to a time lapse. Still not found anybody yet who said, Frills, do some time lapse. They're brilliant. So at the moment, I'm not going to do one. So by the time you come back and see me again, we should have the start of a potion brewing stand up here. Okay, so there it is, the brewing stand, and I think it looks pretty cool, if I say so myself. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. So just climb up there just for a second. I put some water down. Made the mistake of putting water down on the top, and obviously it just ran down and wiped out all my torches. I'm thinking of having glowstone underneath like that, and that way I can light the base up. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to light the base up without torches, and I don't want to stick torches on there. Or maybe that will do. Will that do? Let's get rid of that. What's the lighting over here? Lighting over here, block 3, no chance then, is there really? So I'm going to have some lighting. I'm going to have to get some carpet on here and a bit of glowstone, which is fine. I might also have to do something like that at the top. Otherwise we're going to have bad guys spawning up there. And that's the last thing we need. But I think that looks pretty cool. So the idea being, yeah, maybe I'm not so sure about the stone. Maybe I'll get rid of the stone for maybe terracotta. I'll try crafting up some grey terracotta to see what that looks like. Just a different coloured grey on the base rather than stone. I'm not liking the stone. Look at that, I've already got a spider up there. Unbelievable. And that thing will jump on me if I get close enough. I know it will. Spider dude, and I seem to have lost my bow, and I don't know what I think it must have broken. I know it was on its last legs. Right, what I want to do now then is I want to build an entrance here. So the entrance to the place is going to be here, and it's going to go down into the said. And it's going to go down here into the brewing area, as I say. So I've got to dig all of this out. Again, loads of jump cuts. Sorry. However, I still think it's better than watching me mess about, digging holes and things. So while you stand here and look at the spider, I'm going to run off down there and dig some holes. Right, well, I've changed my mind, surprisingly enough. I've moved I was going to put the entrance here, but that restricted me on what I wanted to do. So I've decided I'm going to put the entrance here. Now, what I should have done, and I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to rip all of this down. I say that, and I'll probably finish up ripping all of it down. What I should really do is have the entrance here. So you sort of walk down between the two base plates, really. But maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know now. But for the time being, I'm going to finish ripping it down, and I'm going to finish up turning this around. But for the time being, it'll stay like it is. And you walk down here into the brewing area. Now I'm thinking of having a brewer there. I don't want one of those huge brewing machines where you press a few buttons and it just brews a potion, and then you press a few, you can brew a potion of night vision, then you can press a button and brew a potion of leaping, and then press another button and do a potion of fire resistance. I don't want that. I could build that down that wall, but I don't want that. What I want to do is to be able to come in, turn it on, and then leave it for a little bit, and then come back and have a chest full of the same potions. So each one of these potion brewers is going to brew one potion. And I think, having a look at some of the potions, I think I'm probably only going to need 4 of them. because really I'm probably looking at night vision. I'm probably looking at fire resistance, definitely. Swiftness, maybe. Water breathing, definitely. I very rarely use potions of healing. I'm probably not going to be using any poison or anything like that. Potions of slowness. Probably won't be using any lingering potions either. Although myself, PR, and Papa Smurf did go to the end and fight the dragon to get a load of the whatchamacallit stuff, dragon breath stuff for lingering potions, but I doubt I'm gonna be using it anyway. So I think I'm probably gonna get away with only having 4 potions: the night vision, the water breathing, the fire resistance, and the swiftness. I did think about getting invisibility, but what do you use invisibility for? I mean, I ask you, why would I want to run around invisible? I mean, most of the mobs can smell you anyway, so there's no point in having it. And it's also a 4-ingredient potion, and really, the setup I'm going to be making will only make 3 ingredient potions. So you want your Nether Wart, you want a multiplier, and you'll want the main ingredient, either glowstone or redstone, and the main ingredient. If I want to turn them into splash potions later on, and again I can't see why I'd want to make splash potions of fire breathing. They've got to make fire breathing. Splash potions of water breathing, or splash potions of swiftness. It's just as easy to drink them. So maybe I'll put a stand in the corner, a brewing stand with gunpowder in it, and if I want to turn them into splash potions, I can always throw them in there. But what I want to do also is me telling you what I want to do again. So you've got the potions brewers down one side, potion brewers down the other. At this end, I want a witch. I want a witch stood there looking at me. She's going to be behind glass, otherwise she's going to be throwing potions at me. But I want a witch in there. So that's going to be some good fun, getting hold of one of them. So let me see if I can start building one of these on camera to see if we can show you what I mean. So I'm going to need to get rid of a load of this stuff, aren't I? Let me just lob a chest down. Have I got a chest on me? Yeah. This is where I throw all my stuff in a chest, forget all about it, and leave it in here in a chest forever. Need that, don't need that. Do need that. Don't need my chicken. So I'm going to need some repeaters, some torches, some comparators, some droppers. I've got those. Okay. So, and I need my potion brewing stand, which I've got out here. Completely prepared. There's no denying what that is there really? I mean, nobody's going to come on here and stand here and go, I wonder what that is. And if they do, they've not been playing Minecraft very long. That's all I can say. Right, so I need my potion brewing stand on here. And I'm going to need a hopper leading into the top of it. Like that, and I'm going to need a hopper going into the side. So we've got that for the water, and we've got that for the ingredients. Now in the ingredients one, I need all of that stone that I've put down. I need stone in there, and I need 19, 22 bits of stone in there. It's got to be an ingredient as well that won't go into the main brewing stand, because I need to be able to pull a signal off the back of that. So I'm going to need to put a block behind it, because I don't want to be able to see it. And a block there. And I'm going to need to put a comparator on here. I'm going to run out of room really quickly. Just to show you where I am, I dug all this out when I was digging my mine down there. Forgot all about it like you do, and now I've come digging a hole and nearly fell straight down it. And also the sea is just behind the back of that sandstone. So yeah, I've picked a, yeah, well done, Frills. You couldn't have picked a better place. So I've got that there. Oh no, I don't need that there at all. I need that there. So that pulls a signal out of there. Redstone, yeah. Fence gates, yeah. So I'm going to need a bit of dust there. Bit of dust there. So when there's an ingredient, at the moment, there's enough items in there to give this a signal strength of 1 to light up that bit of redstone there. Once something else goes into it, it'll light up that bit of redstone there, which is going to activate the system. When I can put stuff in the right place, so I want to put that there with a repeater on it. And then a bit of dust. So when that is powered, when there's items in there, it's brewing. It'll be brewing a potion. So when there's items in there, this will be on, which will lock that hopper, which will stop the water bottles from falling out. Which is a result, because we don't want water bottles falling out. And when the last, I'm using a trailing Nether Wart system, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But basically, what that means, I've got to get rid of you, it's going to be dark. What that means is the last ingredient to go through the system is going to be Nether Wart. And I'll explain why later on, but you don't need to know that just at the moment. I've also been told that I explain things, especially in my tutorials, far too much. So I apologise for that. However, it's just the way it is. Right. So now, when this is locked, I want this, the water bottle, to be unlocked. And then when that is unlocked and the potions are falling out, I want this to be locked so that no new water bottles flow in. So I'm going to need this to be locked up. I think that will now be locked. Right, I've just had to do a little tweak because I realised that the way I'd got it was with no room again. Was with that torch was just there on the back on the side of that block, but that didn't allow me to put power up to the top. So I've just moved that torch back a block, and now that allows me to use that torch to power the hoppers at the top. I couldn't have picked a better time to record this, if I'm being honest, because we've got loads of people online again, and obviously it's starting to lag out a little bit. You hear those Hermitcraft boys complaining, don't you, when there's 4 or 5 of them on the server? Well, we've got, what, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24. We've got 25 people on the server, and it's just starting to lag, so pah! Hermitcraft, buy yourself a better server. So anyway, I need to now. So that's the bottom bit in. That's where the water's going to come in. I think I'm going to have a separate water area. Maybe I'll put it next to the witch, where I fill up all my water bottles, and they'll go in a loop around the top of the brewers and fill all of them up with water. So each individual one doesn't have its own water inlet, which might work a little bit easier. Might work better, I think. So now I need to put some hoppers up here. And then I want to put I want to put 3 droppers leading into those droppers. Those hoppers and droppers. Why do they call them hoppers and droppers? Possibly not going to be able to do this. Oh, then, and again. Well, do it on one side anyway. Perfect. Excellent. So now your main ingredients go in there, which is a start. Yeah. I'll tell you what. All I've got to do now is I'll put some redstone in. I've got to mess about with some redstone at the back, which I'll do because I think you guys are probably starting to glaze over. So let me put a bit of redstone up the back, and then I'll show you again when it's working. Okay, while we're waiting for some Nether Wart to grow, because because yet again I've come unprepared. We need to figure out which way these hopper, crikey, which way these droppers fire. Now it's all dependent on the orientation of them, which way they're pointing, and everything else. Because basically they're all fired at the same time, so Minecraft has to decide which one to fire first. Now, it could be the middle one, it could be the left one, it could be the right one. We don't know. At the moment, I don't know which one will fire first. But as soon as we know, they'll always fire that way. So I've stuck some stone bricks in the left-hand side one. I've stuck some yellow concrete in the middle one. I've stuck some rockets in the right-hand one. Now, if I simulate the firing of the droppers by pressing that button there, they've now fired, and it fires the yellow brick first, then the firework, then the stone bricks. Okay, so that's yellow, then firework, then stone brick. Just to make sure, just to double check. Fire it once more. And it's done yellow concrete, firework, stone brick. So now I know that my main ingredient, which is going to be carrots, are going to go in that one. Firework is that one, which is my extender, which is the redstone. And then in this one, I'm going to put Nether Wart, because it's a trailing Nether Wart system. The Nether Wart is always going to be the last one through the system. So now we've sorted that out, I just need to wait for some Nether Wart to grow. Okay, so I've got some Nether Wart. I haven't got lots, but I've got enough to get me going. I've got 9 there. I've got some carrots and golden carrots in there. I've got some redstone in there. I've primed the system. So we've now got Nether Wart in there. We've got golden carrot for the next ingredient. And then the third ingredient is going to be redstone. And then the trailing Nether Wart that I talked about earlier. So everything's going to go through the system. And when the Nether Wart goes through the system, as soon as the Nether Wart drops out of that hopper there into the brewing stand, that comparator is going to stop reading a signal that's long enough to lock that hopper. So that hopper is going to undo, and the potion that will have been brewed in there falls through into the chest at the bottom, and the water bottles that are currently in there will be unlocked, and they'll fill up that there. Now I just want to make sure that the ticks are right, because I've got 1 tick on the torch, I've got 1 tick on the repeater, so I'm going to need 2 ticks on this side so they both work at the same time. Right, I put a start-stop switch on it. That locks the water bottle, so whenever I want to turn the system off, I just flick that button. Flick the lever, the light goes on, and it stops water bottles from going through into the system. So obviously, as soon as I turn it off, the system should start working. Now I've got nothing in there. I've got water bottles in there. I've got ingredients primed. So let's give it a go. So that's a good start. The bottom is locked. That hopper is locked, so nothing goes through it. I've also stuck a bit of blaze powder in there, obviously, to get it starting. I've not put a hopper on here to furnish it with blaze powder, because I mean 63 blaze powder in there is going to last forever anyway, and I can do that manually from the front, so I'm not too worried about that. So far so good. Okay, night vision potion 3. Got my extender. in there, and then the next ingredient is Nether Wart. There should be nothing in there now. Brilliant. So when the Nether Wart lands, sorry, when the potion, the redstone is brewed, they all go. Water bottles come in. It starts again. Oh, ho, ho. The system works. And we've got 3 extended night vision potions in the bottom. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to turn it off now because I don't have that many water bottles in there. And if you do, if the system runs out of water bottles, it'll just stop anyway. The only problem will come if I run out of an ingredient. If one of those runs out, I've got no fail-safe on it. So it will break, and I could potentially have loads and loads of awkward potions in there that are no good to anybody. So I'm just going to have to be sensible and not let that happen. But it works. I can't get up there now, but it works because of a delay at the top there. See if we can get up just to have a quick look. At the top here, those, although they're not pointing directly at those the droppers, because of the quasi connectivity on Java, those power the hoppers, the droppers. And because of the delay on there, we've got a 4-tick delay on that one, and a 4-tick delay on this one. So there's an 8-tick delay. That's long enough to let all of the water bottles, all of the potions out of the brewing stand, and the new water bottles into the brewing stand before the system starts again. If I didn't have that delay there, I'd probably only get 1 potion at a time. So the system is working. And I have got 6 extended night vision potions. Brilliant. So I just need to build another one of those there, find a new home for that, build another 2 over this side, and make it look all pretty. And then hopefully I'll have a potion brewing room, and then we'll mess about trying to get a witch in here, which is going to be excellent fun. But I'm going to build these, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it won't surprise most of you to hear that I couldn't help myself. I've changed I've changed it round. I've spun it round. So I did that this afternoon, and I knew I wouldn't be able to stop myself from doing it, but it's made it better. I like it now. The entrance now is down between the 2 base plates, which is pretty much what I wanted to start with. I should have done it like this to start with. So I've only wasted a couple of hours, but hey-ho. So as you come down here now, we've got the potion brewing stands on either side. Like I mentioned, I was going to say like I mentioned yesterday, but like I mentioned about 3 minutes ago, I guess. And it's all working. I've got it all working. I've got my potions of water breathing in that one. I've got my potions of night vision in that one. They're all extended. And it's working great. You might notice as well that the Nether Wart is on the left-hand side in that dropper, but it's on the right-hand side on these droppers. And that's just the way it is. That's just how I've had to orientate it because of how Minecraft fires things out of droppers. So it all works. It all works perfectly. So flick a couple of these off, and we'll start brewing a few potions. Fabulous. So now I've got potions. I don't think I know I'm not going to have time to catch a witch today. I've not seen one all day, if I'm being honest. So it's not as if we could have just popped out and grabbed one, because I haven't seen one on the island for days and days and days. So I'm going to have to go on the hunt for that, and that'll have to be done in the next episode, I'm guessing. So let me just go down here and turn these bad boys off. I don't want to run out of ingredients. Also, I need to put a bit more lighting down here. It's clearly not light enough, even though I've got lights in the ceiling and everything. I think this looks great. I think it looks fantastic. Yeah. Seems to be okay. Oh yeah. Works like a charm. brilliant. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, everybody. If you have, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Fully Off, and I'm out of here.